I'm Echo225 Delfino. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Please help the algorithm by booping that like button and becoming a subscriber. Don't forget, ding that bell so you don't miss any new content to the channel. Today's video is going to be part 3 of the Icarus lore series. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Several powerful organizations are vying for power, influence, and Icarus. They are known as the factions. The true nature and extent of the relationship between one another and the prospectors remains unclear. Some represent the nation-states of Earth, while others are quasi-governmental agencies buried in layers of bureaucracy. What is clear is that the missions contracted out to the prospectors are all assigned by one faction or another. There are currently 8 known factions working to exploit and control Icarus and its precious exotics. They are as follows. Formed in the aftermath of Earth's climate emergency, the United Development Agency brought humanity together in pursuit of a single extraordinary goal: terraforming a planet beyond our solar system. Then the dream collapsed, and disharmony and factionalism began to tear at the fabric of the organization. Now it governs Icarus from afar via the Lagos Group. In reality, the UDA is a vehicle of the new powers, a way to maintain each faction's post-crisis ascendancy whilst pursuing their own individual agendas on Icarus. If there is truth to its appearance of power, it lies in the UDA providing a shield of legitimacy for faction activities and enabling them to exclude other aspiring power players. A sub-branch of the UDA tasked with overseeing Icarus, the Lagos Unit, was formed during an emergency summit in Nigeria's capital. Based in orbit around Icarus itself, far from the eyes of Earth's media, it has only one goal: control of the planet and the flow of exotics. Due to its distance from Earth and conflicts between the new powers, who, theoretically, direct the Lagos Unit through the UDA, it can be difficult at times to know exactly whose interests the Lagos Unit is serving. It has several sub-branches, including Group 15. Group 15's exact role and remit remains stubbornly ill-defined. A sub-branch of the Lagos Unit known for mercenary behaviour, dirty tricks and questionable tactics during covert operations, it has also been responsible for conducting some of the most advanced research and study into Icarus itself. The group is exceedingly pragmatic, often contracting prospectors to perform the most dangerous tasks, as well as importing skills from Earth as needed. As an organization, they embody one single idea: the ends justify the means when humanity's future is at stake. Established in the late 21st century, the South American Union, commonly known as UNIAO or the Unity, gained immense off-world power from being the site of Earth's first space elevator. This influence accrued most clearly in Brazil, who was not slow to exploit it, becoming the gatekeepers to the solar system, and now the galaxy. As a result, UNIAO have grown extremely rapidly, gaining an overdeveloped sense of their own abilities and importance. Beneath their confidence, however, they are desperate to maintain their advantage and see Icarus as critical beachhead for their Federation's goals. Allied with off-world mining groups like Icarus, It is clear that Uniao has high ambitions for Icarus and the exotics beneath its surface. After the slow-burning mid-21st century collapse of the United States into separate foundations, the American coastal states, or the coasts, abandoned most of the country's central states to form a new, true, blue union. Half a century later, the ACS regards itself as a beacon of freedom and liberal values, while spending more on surveillance and military R&D than the other new powers combined. Propelled by a curious combination of enlightenment, censorship, and fear, the ACS have approached Icarus in the same conflicted spirit, intrepid yet mistrustful. And yet, the ACS remains a contradiction. Described by the Arkansas Defense League as a noose around the heartland, while others see it as a bastion of determined sanity against medieval ambitions. It is by far the wealthiest of the ex-US federations, and with deep connections to Larkwell Martinez, the ACS is the only North American presence on the planet. Cenote is China's national space agency, ranking second only to the UDA as an off-world political force. Driven by the desire for power, prestige and innovation to ever deepen and extend its reach, Cenote is one of the extraordinary success stories of the 22nd century. Attacking ambitious off-world goals from an effective 0 point, the agency proved its mettle in the mid-21st century by putting the first humans on Mars, establishing Mars's first gigawatt power system, the first off-world fuel refinery, and many other first leaps. Cenote was a key player in the attempt to terraform Icarus, and few are the space-going organizations that do not rely on its power and capabilities to some extent. A common joke has it that it's impossible to do anything in space without them. A common complaint suggests that this is exactly their strategy. The Mars Administration Authority, often referred to simply as the administration, remains a minor player in the Icarus political landscape. But the promise of exotics and the extraordinary opportunities for development they seem to offer has not escaped the attention of this fledgling colony. Eager to grow and feeling restless under UDA rule, the administration is beginning to explore its options on Icarus. The African Assembly is a swiftly rising force in Earth's politics, encompassing a majority of states in sub-Saharan Africa, a product of war and depression rising from the ashes of continental strife. The Assembly's climb to power has been astonishingly swift, harnessing its huge potential to transform a continent in just a few decades. Its advancement on Icarus in the aftermath of the terraforming's catastrophe has been equally rapid, but it has been slow to shake the old attitudes. After centuries of exploitation, its leadership still harbours hostility towards any outside influence, viewing groups like Cenote with great suspicion. The Assembly's seat at the table is new and their confidence fragile. They wish to maintain their growth and will ensure it by whatever means they deem necessary.